Hello everyone, welcome back to the Duos channel. So we are here with another class. So let's start today's class. So at first we will read the passage. The passage is our voyage was very perilous, but I shall not trouble the reader with a journal of it. So what is the meaning of voyage? So voyage means a long journey traveled by sea. So a journey which is traveled by a sea means voyage. What is the meaning of prosperous? Prosperous means successful. So their journey in the sea was successful. But I shall not trouble the reader with a journal of it. But the writer don't want to trouble the readers with his journal of it. What is the meaning of journal? Journal is the diary or something which you have written, which someone have written, everything which happened in his life or in that journey voyage of the writer, that he wrote in that diary, that is called journal. So he doesn't want to trouble the reader with his journal of it. The captain called it at one or two ports and sent in his long boat for provisions and fresh waters, but I never went out of the ship but I never went out of the ship till we came into the Downs, which was on the third day of June 1706, about 9 months after my escape. So the captain called it at one or two ports. So what is the meaning of ports? So ports means a designated area, typically along a coastline or waterway where ships can dock to load or unload. And the captain called in at one or two ports and sent his longboats for provisions and fresh water. So, what is the meaning of provisions? Provisions means an action of providing or supplying something for use. So, the captain sent his longboats to for provisions and fresh water because they um, don't get fresh water in the middle of the sea, because the sea water is salty, they can't consume that. Thanks, but I never went out of the ship till we came into the Downs. So here, but I never, I mean the writer. So the writer never went out of the ship till he came into the Downs, till he we came into the Downs. So the ship came into Downs, which was on third day of June 1706, about 9 months after my escape. About 9 months after my escape. So the writer was escaped from some places, and it was about 9 months. He was came into the Downs, which was on the third day of June 1706. Next, I offered to leave my goods in security for payment of my freight, but the captain protested he would not receive any farthing. So the writer offered the captain of that ship to leave his goods in security for payment for his freight. So what is the meaning of freight? So So the meaning of freight is good transport in bulk by truck, train, ship, or aircraft. So here the writer want to thank the uh, captain for his freight by leaving his goods in security for payment. But the captain protested he would not receive any furthering. But the captain resisted that he will not receive any one furthering. So what is the meaning of furthering? Something of small value. So he didn't take any money from that writer or from that person. We took kind leave of each other, and I made him promise that he would come to see me at my house in Red Reef. So they both leave. They so the both captain and the writer took kind leave of each other, and the writer made the captain promise that he would come to see the writer at his house, which was in Red Reef. I hired a house and guide for 5 ceilings, which I borrowed from the captain. So, hired means employing for a short time. So, the writer hired or employed a person for the guide and a house for 5 ceilings. Ceiling is a currency. So, in 5 ceilings, which he borrowed from the captain. So, the passage is done. Now we will solve the questions. The first question is, when the writer uses the word prosperous to describe the voyage, he means that. So here the question is, what is the meaning of prosperous? So the options are, it made him rich, it made him well healthy, it was very pleasant, it was uneventful. So prosperous means it was very pleasant. So, in the first line of the passage, we learned that their voyage was prosperous, means that was very pleasant. They didn't have have to face any hardship in their voyage. Next, on the way voyage, the author. So, on the way of the voyage, the author, what he did. So, what the author did on the way on the voyage. So, options are, left the ship at the intervals, was not able to leave the ship because it did not stop, never left the ship at all, never left the ship till they came into the downs. The correct answer is option number 4. The author never left the ship till they came into the downs on the voyage. So the option number 4 is the correct answer. Next, in the context of the passage, the word provisions means. So the question is, what is the meaning of provisions? Options are, mainly food, mainly security, money, mainly ammunition. So the correct answer is, provision means mainly food. So number 1 is the correct answer. Next, for the payment of author's fee to the captain. So for the payment of the author's fee, what did the captain do? Options are, kept his goods as security, refused to accept any money, protested against being paid only a farthing, accepted a sum of money. So, for the payment of author's freight, the captain refused to accept any money. So, he didn't accept any money from the writer. So, the option number 2 is the correct answer. Next, from the passage, it is clear that the captain's attitude the author was. So, how was the captain's attitude to the author? Options are, one of hostility, one of indifference, one of extreme friendliness and kindness, one of disgust and irritation. So, the correct answer is option number 3, one of extreme friendliness and kindness. So, the captain's attitude to the author was extreme friendliness and kindness, because that's why he didn't take any, or he didn't receive any money uh, from the writer, because they have friendliness and kindness between them. So the option number 3 is the correct answer. Now all the questions are done. Now we will see what other questions can ask from the passage. The first question is, how was the voyage of the captain and the writer? So their voyage was very prosperous. So their voyage was very prosperous. Next question. The captain called in at 1 and 2 ports for For what kind thing, uh, or why did captain called in at 1 or 2? So the answer is the captain called in at 1 or 2 boats and sent his longboat for provisions and fresh water. Next question. About how months after the writer's escape he came into the Downs? So the answer is captain never went out the writer never went out of the ship. Still they came into the Downs, which was on the 3rd day of June 1760, about 9 months of after my escape. My escape means the writer's escape. Next question. Where was the house of the author? So the author's house was in Red Reef. Next, in how much ceilings the author hired a house and a guide? So the author hired a house and a guide for 5 ceilings, which he borrowed from the captain. So write down these questions. These questions are important for your exams. Next, we will some synonyms and antonyms of words. We'll do some synonym and antonyms of some words. So the first word is prosperous. The first word is prosperous. So what is the synonym of prosperous? The successful or rich. The person who is successful and rich means he is prosperous. Next, the antonyms of prosperous. The antonym is poor or destitute. Destitute means who has nothing with himself, who has no money, no house, no one. So destitute. So the antonym of prosperous is poor and destitute. Next word is trouble. The synonym of trouble is problems and difficulty. So the synonym of trouble is problems and difficulty. Next is antonym. The antonyms are and light. These are the antonyms of trouble. Word is escape. Synonym of escape is run away. A person who runs away means he have escaped or get away. Run away and get away are the synonyms of escape. Next, the antonyms of escape. The antonym is staying or arrival. These are the antonym of escape. Word is Protested. What is the so the synonym is object, claim. So these are the synonyms of protested or claim. Next, antonym of the antonyms are support or approve. These are the antonyms of protested. Next word is the last word is of borrowed is acquire, take. These are the synonyms of. Next is antonym. Antonyms are lend or give back. These are the antonyms of borrowed. So write down the antonyms of these words. These are important for your exam. So this is it for today's class. Hope you like our class. If you like our class, then do like, share, subscribe to the Doers channel. And if you want to join us about our online courses, then contact us in the given number. And our Doer Academy app is also available in the Play Store. If you join us in this app, you will get in this app live classes, history modules, and recorded classes. If you are interested, then do contact us in the given number. If to clear the your Navodaya entrance exams, then do contact us in the given number. We'll meet you in the next class. Thank you.